Hello. How are you? How have you been? I know that you're well. This will be very brief, and I pray that it blesses you. So this week, I had the privilege of inducting some new national service personnel, the NSPs, into our organization. I have a procurement background, so I was taking them through induction. Usually when they go into organizations, they'll be inducted into the activities of the and operations of the business. So this week I had the opportunity of inducting some of the very young ones, the new NSPs. Typically, I don't know about other countries, but typically in Ghana, because I have been through it too, usually they are young graduates who have graduated from school with so much hope, so much excitement. Sometimes you get the privilege of working at the places that you chose. Sometimes you don't. Either way, once you're a child of God, always know that whatever your hands finds to do, do it well. That's what the Bible admonishes. But during induction, there was something that the Holy Spirit laid on my heart that I wanted to share with you as well. I shared it with them in the conference room, but I also thought, okay, maybe I'll share this with you. If you know of any young graduates, if you know of any young lady, young man who is now going into the corporate industry, maybe you've had some internship in the past, but you are now going in maybe as an NSP or even at an entry-level officer. You get it? You just gotten a job into a corporate space, and you're now trying to navigate and find your feet somewhere in there. I just want to share something with you. In the book of I think Ruth 2:7. We all know the story about Ruth and Naomi, but there's something in chapter 2 verse 7 that I want to share with you. And this is what it says. I'm using the Message translation. It says, the foreman said, "Why? That's the Moabite girl, the one who came with Naomi from the country of Moab. She asked permission." I want you to pay attention to this. She asked permission. "Let me glean," she said, "and gather among the sheaves following after your harvesters." She's been at it. So this is the foreman who's telling Boaz, describing the situation with Ruth. She's been at it steady. That's the word, steady, ever since, from early morning until now, without so much as a break. She's been at it steady ever since, from early morning until now. The lesson I just want to share with you here is that, you see, when we go for national service, take this advice from me. I've been in the corporate for a while, and I also started as a national service person and rose through the rank. Okay, so pretty much I have a fair idea of what managers are looking for, what your supervisor is looking for. They are literally looking for an asset. How much value that you bring on board. Now, I have a friend, he's an entrepreneur. He's a very, very top-notch, one of the top-notch entrepreneurs Ghana has produced. And he's been very alarmed, pretty much worried about the quality of graduates that we're producing, about the quality of people who come to him to say, look, they need a job. And then when you give them the job, or you give them the opportunity at the job, they're literally, messing up. You're asking yourself, did I have to give this person the opportunity and all of that? I just want to share something with you. I know that you're a national service person, so maybe you went into your organization, you've been eventually inducted, and then you've been assigned to a department, or yes, whichever unit that you're assigned to. When you go there, piece of advice: do not just go and run photocopies. Do not just go and carry the fruits. Most of the time, because we are just entering, sometimes you see a colleague or an officer or somebody within your department who say, okay, so go and buy me plantain, Kofi broke man, buy me run photocopies, run a fax, email this. Well, that's extreme sometimes in some organization. They let you do the very menial stuff. Okay, I want to tell you something. Do it, and do it well. Even if it is a photocopy you've been told to go and run, give it your best shot. You see, beyond that, what I want to tell you is that do not go into an organization and only run photocopy and come out. Don't go into any organization and all you are coming out with, the only value you've added to your life, is how to run photocopy. It's not the best. You won't be prepared for the market. Because you see, truth be told, most of the time, depending on which organization you're in, but most of the private organizations, everybody is busy. It's a busy place. So there won't be so much of hand holding to say, let me train you on the job. You're going to have to find a way of learning on the job. There are people who are very resourceful. So whoever you are tagged with, either a senior manager, an officer, whoever, don't just be interested in running photocopies. Finish and sit down. So you finish running a photocopy and then you go back to your seat and you're sitting until they call you to say, come and do this. You don't find anything to do yourself. Everybody is busy. And for me, as maybe a manager or a supervisor or something, half the time, managers are so busy. There's a report to produce. There's a deadline to meet. There are some targets, ridiculous targets. When we go into management meetings, man, the story is different. Except that we can't come and tell our team everything. There are expectations of your managers. So they won't have the time to be hand-holding you and be telling you everything to do. No. You've got to be sensitive. When you are done running a photocopy, when you see that there is nothing else to be done, maybe the task you've been assigned, you're done. Don't go and sit. Relax. Pick up your phone and start fidgeting with your phone. Either on Instagram or Facebooking or Netflixing. No, don't do that. You see, mediocrity is not synonymous with Christ. He was working when he was here. He was an exceptional performer. That's the word, maybe. Exceptional performance is what we are looking for. So when you are done with whatever task that you've been assigned, go back to your supervisor, go back to the officer, and respectfully, that's the word, respectfully ask, is there something I can help you with? Maybe there is a report that they need to generate. That's an opportunity for you to learn how to generate reports. Don't sit in the organization and say, "Nasa we enka mejuma ho. O me dem be national service. We na yese menyenti me wie ya na wakope baby atena." Baby o, you won't go far like that. Offer help. Offer the help. Oh boss, is there something I can do for you? I saw that you were running this report. I can do an Excel for you. I can do this for you. That's what your manager is looking for. And be very wise, be as wise as a serpent. The serpents are looking, but you won't see that they are looking. They've seen you long ago. So if you can see that your voice is overwhelmed with something, maybe there's something they need to do in Word, a report they need. When you go back home, go onto Google, go onto YouTube University. It's free, really. And if you need to learn something, a skill, okay, so how to flip Excel, how to do this, how to do stuff, learn it, add it quickly. And when you come, boss, the last time I saw that you shared a report, can I do it for you this week? Even if he doesn't appreciate it, He may not verbally be telling you how much of a value you are to him, but be rest assured, when it is time for a recommendation, except there is no space, bosses will always recommend an exceptional performer. I mean, yes, I get it. There are rare cases when they have to do it because of relationship and all of that. So it's something that you probably may have earned not on merit. And that's extreme. But please don't go there and run only photocopies. Exceptional performance. We are looking at Ruth in the Bible. And you see what the 4 months says. So let me just give you a bit of context. Ruth had been coached by Naomi, her mother-in-law, on what she should go and do in Boaz's farm. She goes there, and Boaz comes in the evening, and he's asking, who's this lady? And there is a foreman there who's trying to explain to Boaz, who happened to be the owner of the field, what has happened. And what he's telling Boaz is that, okay, this lady came, sought permission that she also wanted to work on the field. And look at the way the Bible describes even Ruth. She has been steady at it, steady. Till now. Don't go to work and do a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. Close, pick up your bag and go home. I'm not saying that pile up all of your work and then when it is 5 o'clock, pretend that you are working. No. Don't do that. Decide that you are an exceptional performer. To attract Boaz, it's in the extra. There were other people who were working. I'm sure there were other ladies who were working in the field. But they probably were doing 8 to 5 or just doing regular. Just doing whatever. And while at it, they will finish close and go home. But Ruth was still there even after they had left. So at this point, the conversation was between the foreman and Ruth and then Boaz. Where were the other workers? How come Ruth was noticed? She was noticed after 5. She was noticed because she was doing the extra. So do the extra. Maybe that should be the word for you. Do the what? Extra. Put in the work. If you want a 9 to 5 salary, that's what you get. But if you want a Boaz, a bigger one at that, man, you're gonna have to put in the work. I'm sorry. There's no shortcut. But while at it, I want you to also know that you've got to pray for favor, because you need favor with men. First of all, favor with God, and then favor with men. Okay? So as the NSPs go into the organizations, whether into the government sector, don't go and copy some of the cultures that even you know that is not good as a child of God. You know that people come to work, they're either sleeping or they are Netflixing and all of that. I know somebody will say, but sometimes the conditions there don't even allow you to flourish because they haven't created an enabling environment. How about you read a book to add some value to your life rather than Netflix, except you're watching something that, adds real value to you. But if you're going into certain organizations, especially the private ones, no, it's in the extra. Exceptional performance. That's what we're looking for. And I'm sure that's what even Christ is looking for. Don't situate mediocre with Jesus or spirituality or Christianity. Is not the same. Christians are exceptional performers. Imagine if all Christians were exceptional performers in their organizations and even as in the nation. It would be a better place. Yes. So as you go, be guided that you're going to be an exceptional performer on the job. Right? Okay. Bye. Take care.